The blue screen, a convoluted weapon to say the least, but I'm here to uncomplicate things and show this in a light of an amazing build setup. Two, in fact, because I'm conflicted between them, being that they're so great. At first, when people in the comments on other Umbra builds would tell me to use it with the blue screen, I used to think this combo would be nothing to really write home about, in theory. But this actually makes the blue screen shine in ways you may have never thought of. You see, the blue screen exotic talent is such that the more stacks you build up, the more status effects are applied to the enemy when you activate a skill. So Umbra is the perfect ally for such a weapon. As you know, from the shadows, increases the rate of fire of any weapon that is equipped. Fortunately, the blue screen already has a surprisingly high rate of fire for an LMG, and once that Umbra buff applies, well, you can just see the destruction it dishes out. Now, the way I set this up is a bit unique because I wanted to cater to the strengths of blue screen. Let's get the obvious out of the way first. As you can see, I have a 4-piece Umbra. The attribute you want to roll is status effects. I'll tell you why in a minute, but the mods you want are crit hit chance. Check out the stats and you can see for yourself what the crit values are looking like. You want as many shots as possible to at least be crits, and Umbra has your back with the extra crit damage it offers for the 4-piece bonus. I have the Val mask, and this is where the status effects rolled on Umbra makes sense. Status effects increases the damage of Val's toxic delivery talent, along with the explosive damage, which is why I also use demolition and specialization, because it gives me 10%. So toxic delivery is free damage that is automatically applied once a status effect is inflicted on the enemy. You can do that in so many ways in this build. One way is with the skills that I use, EMP Sticky Bomb and Jammer Pulse. By the way, these two skills are exceptional for legendary content, Black Tusk in general, due to the passive damage that's being dealt. Anyways, once the status is applied, toxic delivery just activates, and it has no cooldown, which is awesome as well. The other way to apply a status is with the blue screen. Here's what it does. The talent is called Disruptor Rounds. Shooting an enemy marks them and adds a stack to the agent up to a count of 50. Shooting a marked enemy refreshes the mark and adds stacks to the agent. When you deploy a non-shield skill, remove all stacks on agent and all marked targets trigger an effect. Now the potency of the effect depends on how many stacks are gained. The more the merrier, because once you hit 50 stacks is when Pulse, Disrupt, and Disorient is applied. And this is what I was saying when I spoke about Umbra earlier, being that it has an increased rate of fire. You can get to those stacks even faster. So let me tell you where this all comes full circle. The blue screen is an LMG, and it's why I have Contractor's Gloves. It increases the amplified damage to armor. This gives me the strength I need to melt through these NPCs. Without it, I'm just not doing that much damage. Now before I go, let me tell you about the other build I had in mind, and this is where I wasn't dealing that much damage, and it's why I didn't do it. It was still Umbra, but it utilized the Golan chest piece with Spotter. This way, I could use Pulse and capitalize on that damage Pulse offers. The Pulse skill itself would trigger toxic delivery. It's like invisible damage, man. Plus you're exposing enemies' location on the map. But as I said, it wasn't doing it for me. If you want to see a build like that though, in all of its glory, check this one out. It was my ultimate blue screen build I made months ago, and it was fire. It was when the game was in hype mode, so you know I went in. No Umbra, just all high-end gear. Besides that, I have nothing else to say about this one. I'll catch you in the next one. Be right out.